Welcome to my YouTube channel Codework. Today we'll solve problem number 2482, difference between 1 and 0s in a rows and column. So this is a medium level problem. So we'll understand how to solve this problem. Right. So what we'll do first, we'll understand the problem statement, right? So there is a m cross n matrix is given and we need to find the difference matrix, right? And what will be the difference matrix? The difference matrix of I and j will be the number one's row of I plus one's column of j minus zeros I minus zeros j. I'll let you understand what is this. This is simply the number of ones in the row and the column, and also the number of zeros in the rows and column. That is the different. We need to find the difference between them. The number of ones in rows and column minus number of zeros in that rows and column. So okay, we'll see the first example, right? So if we'll see, so if we consider the 0 by 0, right? Okay, I'll do here only. If we consider 0 by 0 only, right? So the number of ones in that row is 2, right? Plus number of ones in that column is 1 minus the number of zeros in that row, that is 1, and minus number of zeros in that column, so that is 2. So 3 minus 3, that is 0. So in that manner, if we solve the all of this cells, we'll get our results. If we'll solve, suppose this one, right? So the number of the third, that is z2 comma 0. Okay, what I'll do, I'll right. If we solve this 2 comma 0, the number of ones in that row is 1 plus number of ones in that column is also 1 minus number of zeros are 2 minus number of zeros in that row, that is 2. So if we solve, that is 2 minus 4, that is minus 2. So in that manner we will get all our position in a cell, right? So what we'll do, we'll try to solve this problem. Okay, how we can solve that? Okay, one way of solving this problem is brute force approach that you can also try, right? Just go to each cell, then go to its column, its row, and find out the number of ones and zeros and all, and we'll just return it, right? But that will time taking, right? If you see the time constant at 10 to the power m cross n will be 10 to the power 5, right? So that will not work in that case. So how we can solve that, right? So okay, so what we'll do, we'll okay, suppose if we store the number of ones of that cell in that row and number of ones in that column and also the zeros also, so that will easier our task, right? So what we'll do, we'll store the number of ones and zeros in that row and column, and also zeros for row and column. And what we'll do, we'll just apply the formula, right? So I'll directly code that, right? You'll be able to understand. Okay, what I'll do, I'll just get the size of the matrix, that is m cross n. Then what we'll do, we'll just create a vector to store the number of rows and ones in rows and columns. Okay, ones. We have to do same for rows and column for zeros and one. So zeros of row, right? So now what we'll do, we'll just simply iterate over the matrix. Now what we'll do, now come the task. What we'll do, we'll just simply, if our element is 1, so what we need to do, we just need to increase the number of element in rows and column of 1. Same we need to do for column. Column is jth column plus equal to 1. And if it is not 1, that means it is 0. So what we'll do, we'll just simply do The same for 0. Okay, that is zeros of row, zeros of column of j plus equal to 1. Right. Now just we have to create a difference matrix also. Okay, I haven't created that. So what I'll do, I'll create that. So I of 0, I less than m, I plus plus. Then again the same. Now what do you have to do? We just need to apply a formula. So difference of I of j, what it will be? It will be ones of row of I plus ones of column of j minus, okay, there is zeros of row of I minus zeros of column of j. Right, so that will have a difference matrix. Then what we'll do, we'll just simply return the difference matrix. I think it should work. Right, yeah, it's working for the sample test case. Now what we'll do, we'll just run for the other test cases. Okay, now what we'll discuss the time complexity of the problem. Right. So for this problem, the time complexity will be, if we see, we have two loops, right? Outer inner loop, so that will become big of m cross n, and it is also the same, right? So the time complexity, we can simply set big of m cross n, 2 times of m cross n, so we can simply remove the we'll talk about the space complexity. Okay, so what will be the space complexity? We have created vectors, right, to store the result and to store the ones and zeros in the ith and the jth column. So what we can say, the time complexity will become m cross n only because we have used a different matrix to store that, right? So it will become big of m cross n into big plus big of, what we can say, we have created this arrays also, this vectors also, right? So that will become big of m plus n. I'm not considering the constant, so we can simply say the big of m cross n. That will also work. Yeah, I'll submit the code. Yeah, it's working. Thank you everyone. Have a nice day ahead.